A little more oomph?
Cheers.
There you go.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
So social media, everyone when they're thinking about digital marketing kind of thinks about social media as one of the most important mediums, right? Like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, depending on the business. Would you say that that's something that we really focus on heavily as an agency though?
I would say we don't focus heavily on it. I think that there's a place for it, and specifically we're an inbound agency. We focus heavily on SEO, so like posting our blogs and promoting it helps on the SEO side and getting some of that link or backlinks and stuff. But as far as like what social media is meant for and what it's intended for, there's a place for it, but I don't think that it's as important as people sometimes put. As sometimes people think it is. Paid social, there's definitely a place for it, and we use it quite a bit for a lot of customers. On the organic side, we use it for all of our customers as well. But it's just like how much time and how many resources you're willing to put into that.
I would say for us too, I mean, again, we're a full strategy agency. So when we're taking on your website project to make sure your website's well optimized for conversion, creating content for you to increase your ranking, nurturing your leads through email campaigns or retargeting efforts through paid advertising strategies, when you're looking at those more complex items, for us, those organic social presences are not as important. So it's not to say they're not important to your business, but to the extent to which we're going to contribute to that is going to be fairly minimal, just because the other things that we're doing for our clients are so much more important that, we'll create blog articles for our clients, promote those on social. We'll, do a new content offer for people to download from their website, and we'll promote that on social. But anything outside of that, for the most part, we would encourage the client to kind of post that on their own behalf, because one, it's going to kind of give you that organic voice. It's coming straight from the people that work for the company, so that makes the most sense. Them kind of giving that personal touch of, it's Linda's birthday or, whatever it could be. That it doesn't really make sense for an agency to do, whereas, promoting content aligns really well with the strategy that we've laid out for most of our clients. So we want to kind of stay true to that and what we're doing on the social side.
Yeah, and I think encouraging, your employees to use social media in those ways and like having that kind of that personality with your business and kind of creating that personal touch. I think that is important because, we rely heavily on like reviews and stuff too. We encourage customers to leave reviews, and it works on Facebook, it works on Google, it works anywhere else that's important to your business. I think that it's important that people, understand why you're there and what you're doing with those tools. So, there's some businesses, and like again, we're an inbound agency, so for us, we're working with usually bigger companies that maybe have like a long sales cycle and that it takes like an educational component. But there's some businesses that are pretty transactional, and like an e-commerce business, and maybe engaging on Facebook or engaging on Twitter is a way for them to increase the revenue that they're getting in and all that stuff. So it really depends on what your goals are and where your audience is. And if your audience is on Twitter and that's like you're getting, through the data over time, you learn that, we're converting all of our customers through Twitter, then go for it, use Twitter.
Right.
But, in our experience, that's not necessarily the case, but
Yeah.
I think it's just understanding where that channel is for your business.
Yeah, and I think you brought up a great point. So it's going back to that data. Maybe you're not getting all the leads and the conversions and the customers from somewhere like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever the platform is, but you're getting a lot of visits. Even that is enough to probably stay active on those platforms because it shows some form of engagement. It's probably someone in your current audience that maybe is already a lead in your database, and they're engaging with what you're putting on those platforms to the extent where they want to come back and visit your site. So that's important, and keeping those visits coming in is going to be great to engage with the audience you've already built for yourself. But if you're not closing all of your clients and your customers from those sources, you don't want to focus too much of your efforts, because like we've said, you can go back to the data, see what those sources are that are really driving that revenue for you, and focus more heavily on them.
So from all of the efforts that we put towards our video marketing strategy in the last couple of years, I think we're really trying to find a way to increase exposure on the video efforts that we've done for ourselves and our customers. And YouTube is one of those places. It's the number 2 search engine. So it's a place where people are, and it's a place where people are researching and looking for information and looking for that educational component. So it makes sense for you to be there, and it makes sense for you to have a presence there. But again, with that strategic understanding of why you're there and what the goal of you being there is. Is it to get people to your website? Is it to get people to turn into leads from YouTube? Like, having that understanding before you just jump into all in on YouTube, I think it's just important that you think through that.
Absolutely, and I think again, not only just setting up that presence there, but analyzing over time. So I mean, we use HubSpot, so because of that, we can understand, not just the traffic's coming from social media, of course, but then drilling down to those different platforms that are driving that traffic, driving the conversions on from there. So, what if 6 months from now we see that despite our efforts, we're not getting the visits or the conversions we want from YouTube, but we're still getting great conversions and visits from LinkedIn? Well, then, we put more effort there, because you can still natively upload videos to LinkedIn, have good exposure, good engagement through a platform like that. It's all about, making an educated guess, right, of where you think you should be focusing your efforts, which platforms are going to make the most sense for your business, but then taking some time to reflect on that and analyze what results are actually coming in and making adjustments from there.
Right. Yep. Being intentional.
Exactly.
That was awesome, guys.
Cool. Woo!